Well, Ashley, what did it mean to get a guy like that? Because obviously he's a talented guy.
Well, I mean, it means a lot. I mean, Germany is a very talented kid. Um, you know, you learn in this business here if you get a chance to develop a relationship with a kid. You know, he goes a long ways, and met him and talked to him for about a year now when he was at Calabasas, and you know, the relationship became better and better, and it was a close bond. And he trusts me. He trusts the University of Boise State University, and it's just, I think it's a big catch for us. I mean, the kid is plays both ways, and is a great returner. So I'm excited to have him. He's excited to be a Bronco.
I know you said that you knew him from before when he was in California, but what's that like? You guys don't usually get guys on the East Coast traveling out there and stuff. Probably wasn't the easiest recruitment.
No, it wasn't. I mean, because he had teams banging on him there, Tech and a whole bunch of Michigan State, and but I knew it was going to be a tough one to try to hold on to. And the thing about it was, I think when it was all said and done, I think was our relationship, and when you could hold on to a kid like that of his caliber, and it says a lot. So I mean, the kid, like I said, is a phenomenal athlete. I'm excited to be able to coach him. I think he's going to do some great things here at Boise State, and like I said, I think he was our first signing. Of course, I had to get here real early in the morning, but it was well worth it.
With that, you kind of mentioned kind of fending off other teams, and I know that happens, but especially when he's that far away, I'm sure it's not easy to do. What was the process like trying to hold on to him?
Well, just constant communication. That's you see this every year. Guys flip. They get other schools come in, and sometimes at the last minute. But at the same point, at the same time, you got to still talk to them and say, hey, think about who's with you all along. And I know, in a way, some people out on the West Coast probably, didn't hang with him as long because he left and went to the East Coast, so far away. But I guess me being persistent and talking to him, and he called me daily and weekly and all of that stuff, and him just getting a feel for me, and trusting in me, and me as a coach, and us as a staff. So yeah, it's a grind, but it's well worth it.
I was going to ask, I mean, how did his move kind of change his recruitment, and in a weird way, might it have benefited you since you kind of knew about him in early?
I think so. I mean, he was at Calabasas, and Calabasas, of course, had Darnay Holmes was probably, I don't know, the top or second best DB or whatever rated in certain, and they played opposite each other. And like I said, when I first went to the school and everything, the kid moved away, the first thing the coach would say, oh, he's going to the East Coast, and you start thinking, well, you can forget about it because all those schools over there will be talking to him. But we just, like I said, was consistent. So you just have to be consistent. And this thing, like I said, I think is all about relationships. Mm-hmm. It's all about relationships, and these kids understand. And when you're honest with them and you're truthful with them and tell them, how it is, and how the business is, and things happen. But when you're with them all along and you're 100% all in with them, and they see that, I think it makes the process a little easier. And he saw that. That we were 100% all in with him, and that we cared. It didn't matter where he was at, that we would still recruit him, and it made it a little easier. I mean, I guess.
Yeah. How many trips you make out there?
Three.
Any in the middle seat?
It was rough, but hey, like I said, it was worth it. It was worth it.
You played Mike Young at corner. I know he was the guy that played safety, I think, mostly at JC, but he was projecting to be a corner for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I think was unique about these guys is coming in. I think these guys can play both. And Mike is a bigger body, and he has the feet and he has the speed to play corner. So yeah, we're gonna put him at corner and see what he can do. He played some corner at the JUCO level, and So now we're gonna have a lot of competition now at the cornerback position. So it'll be fun.
Back to Brown. What did you see on film? What do you see from him as a football player? What are you getting here?
He's very instinctive. He's a guy that has really good hands. We dropped a bunch of balls last year, but this is, when we went out and recruited this year, we looked for guys with really good ball skills. And, he was a guy that played both ways. So he was a receiver and he was a returner. And, he did it at Calabasas and he did it at Midlothian in Virginia. So we know he's special with the ball in his hands. And I know he'll probably be asking coach at some point, hey coach, can I get a few plays here and there? But he's an explosive player. He has a knack for it, and I think he's a football player. He's tough, and he loves the game.
Is there anything